Hello and welcome back to Kestis Forest. Now, I've received something in the mail the other day and I thought I'd just do a quick unboxing video because I've been waiting over a year for this to arrive from Limited Run Games. And as it's such a nice day, I thought, let's take her out into the garden and do the unboxing there. So, with no further ado, let's see what's inside. Yes, that's right. It's the huge collector's edition, the Omega 4 Space edition of Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. And let's just take a moment to look at this beauty. You can see the packaging here is absolutely top notch. It looks just like one of the Kenner Star Wars toy sets that I used to get when I was little. You can see here, in fact, that the Limited Run logo has been done in the design of Kenner. It comes with 2 figures, and although you don't get actually what's advertised on the outside, it's pretty cool what they've done here with the artwork. So it's kind of advertising this as a playset. You're getting sort of explosive barrel, swivel turret guns, etc., and zip lines, and really sort of like, you know, sort of trying to give you that sense of nostalgia for those old toys that you used to get back in the day. Now, the actual box itself is incredibly nicely done. It's really shiny and strong. And these figures here, now there's a little bit of a crack in the blister pack there. Now, I am actually going to open these at some point, so I'm not too bothered, but that is a bit of a shame. If you were planning on keeping these sealed, then, you know, that wouldn't be great. But this is Colonel Ike Sloan. And as you can see, they've gone again for that retro aesthetic. You can collect some Omega points on the back there. And the overall look of Blood Dragon is really that kind of neon grid formation. A little bit like the Transformers packaging you used to get in the early 80s. I don't know, yeah, just the kind of neon aesthetic, the pinks and the blues, that really took you back nostalgically to the 80s. And as you can see, the contents of this haven't been very well packaged, so it's a little disappointing. But obviously we can put that back together. Now here is the game itself, physically, which was obviously the main reason for buying this. Now I do have a physical copy of this on the PS3, but I think it's on a compilation, and I think the game itself is a download code, so it's nice to have it actually on a disc. And here is a VHS, a real VHS, that contains the original promos that they made for the game.
From the toxic ashes of Vietnam War II, a new breed of renegade soldier is born. Part man, part machine, all cyber commando.
So they actually made some promotional videos for Blood Dragon when it came out and put them on YouTube. So it's nice to see them all compiled here on a real VHS. They kind of gave it a VHS effect aesthetic anyway. But yeah, it's kind of cool. I do have a player, so I might put that in and play it at some point. And the soundtrack on cassette. Now, I actually am a little bit obsessed with this game, so I have that soundtrack on vinyl along with its sequel, and I also have its sequel soundtrack on cassette too, so it's nice to almost complete the set, if you like. Now, although the playset isn't exactly as described on the back of the packaging, that would be a bit too amazing, it is pretty cool, it's pretty functional. You can flip it up and put this floor in, and then looking over at the table, you can see what we actually got in the box. We got both of these figures, which you can then use to play with the action set. We've got the soundtrack on cassette, and we got the VHS of all the promo material, and of course the game itself. And when I rummaged through the packaging later on, I also discovered that they'd sent me these limited run collector's cards, which I have been collecting, so I can add those to the collection. Let's have a quick look inside the game itself and see if we get anything else. And yes, we do. We've got ourselves some stickers, a Rex Colt, nice, and, you know, a manual, which is always good to get a manual. Doesn't happen often enough these days. But what's also quite nice about this is that the inlay card is reversible. So if we just pop this out here, you can see that it's in the style of a video rental. So again, going to that 80s theme. And I actually really like this, so I'm going to swap that round, put that back in there. I think that's how I'd like to have it. Just a bit different, you know, just a little bit of a different aesthetic there. And definitely an action title. So yeah, that's cool. So overall impressions are good. This is a really solid special edition. I'm really happy with it. I've loved this game ever since it came out, and it's one of those ones that I absolutely just had to have the Ultimate Edition in my collection. There was no question of that when it was announced. But yeah, I'm really glad now that I've got it to see that it was very well made, well presented, and really well thought out. I love it. Well, that's it for this week. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time on Kester's Forest.